Now, the weekly sit-at-home, Monday sit-at-home in the Southeast, Governor Soludo came out and demonstrated exemplary leadership. You know, when, as usual, the market people in Naija did the usual thing, and then he shut down the place for 1 week and threatened that if they repeat it, he would pull down the place and, you know, and all of that. And guess what? Against what everybody thought, the next week everybody showed up in the market on Monday. Now, while this whole shenanigan of shutting down the place every month, the colossal loss to the economy of Southeast and all of that, was that the best way to agitate for, you know, justice, whatever the IPOB, was that the best way to fight that war? And how do you even, you know, what's your view on the general state of insecurity and economic challenges of the Southeast?
I don't know why the country and our leaders are so much interested in treating symptoms other than the diseases. If you treat symptoms, it will go off temporarily, disease will remain. What we have asked for, treat the diseases once and for all, no matter how difficult it is. If it involves surgery, surgery. If it involves injections, it's injections. It is painful initially, but it heals. That is why I was telling you about reforms. Reforms is very important. Tinubu is doing it. It's very important. What we have right now is cosmetic.
If tomorrow, what Soludo is
cosmetic. If tomorrow there's one incident, you see everybody run away. If those agitators come back shooting into the air, you won't see anybody there on a Monday.
But the governor says they've provided security.
Are they going to be there permanently?
They have to be.
If they have to be, then it will serve as a deterrent. It will serve as a buffer.
Yes.
But if for some reason there are lapses, just put it down. If it is not, if you don't treat the problem, you treat the symptom, the disease will come back.
Okay, so IPOB, what's your take actually even on the IPOB movement? Are you a supporter of Nnamdi Kanu?
From day one, we have said it very clearly. And somebody like me, I've held my position very strongly. I don't care who thinks otherwise. My position is this: number one, Nnamdi Kanu is an agitator. How many agitators do we have in the country? Why is he the only one in detention? Why is other people not in detention? Whatever is good for the goose should be good for the gander. People feel that some people are being marginalized, and they have genuine reason to protest it. And don't forget, we're talking about Igbos. We are fearless. We hold opinions and hold it strongly. The truth remains that I'm not one of those who want the country divided. No, the more the merrier. This country can be a great country if we are together. But we must be together in good conscience. A situation where some people are being marginalized and brought to a level of disrepute and disrespect, that is not acceptable. So our solution to it is not to say we should divide. No, that's not my solution. My solution should be, let us do it right. But as to whether the Southeast is being marginalized, of course it is. But it didn't start from this government. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. It is that the resistance there. Nnamdi Kanu's issue is not from this government. It has been there. So the Southeast is being marginalized massively in all areas. It ought not to be that way. So if you want peace, let every member of the society feel that they are Nigerians. If others feel that they are more Nigerian than others, it will be temporary. There will still be agitation. Nnamdi Kanu is no more there. There will be another one to come up tomorrow if the right thing is not done.
Another argument against, the Igbo marginalization, allegation or claim is that if you bring the Igbos down and say, okay, give us a presidential candidate, they will never agree.
Igbos are Republicans. Our Republican nature does not aggregate us to one block. That is the nature of the Igbo man. We say it even in our own language, Igbo Nweze. So what it simply means is that not one single person can be a leader in Igbo land. Igbos have different leadership. So that is people's way of life. However, it is only in situations of adversity that Igbo people strive very well. And they are striving extremely well. Nobody will beat them economically.
Absolutely. Okay, as we round up, Chief, you attempted to be governor of Abia State.
Yes.
What year was that? 20...
Two times.
Twice, yeah.
2015, 2019.
Okay. Are you still interested? And then how do you rate the governors of the Southeast? Which of them has impressed you that you would recommend for if such a person is seeking re-election? And then, of course, I think you alluded to your views on your state, Abia State. Are you contesting again in 2027?
No, I have not decided what to do in 2027.
What's your party anyway? What's your party?
I have left. I used to be ABGA, but I've left ABGA right now. We are looking at different options available, and in a few weeks' time, we shall be identifying the options we are going to
Assess
take.
these governors. Which of them meets your standards of excellence?
Well, you see, if you talk about standards, I will judge them from my own area of specialization, which is security.
Yes.
All of them 0.
Wow.
All of them 0.
Even the star boy in Enugu, Mbah.
In my own area of security, 0. Because they had an opportunity. The federal government gave them a window where regions were now allowed to try regional security so as to eventually metamorphosize into state security. Amotoku in the west strived. They are doing extremely very well. The embargo that started was being used against people. So today there is massive insecurity. If you look at the crime desk, there's massive insecurity in the southeast because there's no unification of their efforts. They are all working as individuals, excelling in their areas, but the area of security, they're not doing very well because there's no unison, there's no cohesion, there's no effective joint drive. We have borders. Each of these states have borders among themselves. So if there is no effective collaboration to make sure that there are no split overs, it's not going to work. For example, look at Abia State. The insecurity in the area of Olo and Okigwe areas slipped into Abia through Oturu areas. And it has remained there for some time now. So, but if they had a collaborative effort, like they say, if you take one broomstick and bend it breaks. But when they are bunch, the tendency to break doesn't. So what it simply means is that when there are more security for everybody. It's not happening in Abia. It's not happening in Enugu. It's not happening in Imo, not in Ebonyi, and not even in Anambra.
Somebody listening would accuse you of maybe you made a proposal, for Pretun that they did not. Maybe that's why you're saying this, especially because of the area of security. But the governance of a state is beyond security, even though it is important. On economic issues, which of them is doing well, economic policies, creating jobs for the people? I mean,
it is not the
state governor.
It's not the duty of government to create jobs. They create the enablers. They create the environment for jobs to. Employment is
but
not.
But there are basic jobs that it is a role of government to create education, primary, secondary school.
Oh, teachers, of course. All of them have hired
professionals.
All of them have hired.
Waste management.
They have hired in those areas. And let me give you information.
They've not done well.
No, they've done well.
Okay.
They've done well in those areas. But let me give you information. It's because they should be praising Tinubu for providing those funds. I was on radio the other day, angry with my governor for quarreling with his predecessor and saying they didn't let him become governor earlier on. I said, you should be praising them for allowing you to be a governor when there's money. If you were governor in 2015, 2019, you wouldn't have done what you're doing today because there was no funds.
Chief, as we conclude finally, I asked you before, let me ask you again. Which of the political parties, I know you said you are still, but which of them, approximates your values that you may pitch your tent, with, and then contest again in 2027 against your incumbent governor, Alex Otti?
There are so many indices that have not come to play yet. And if you're not careful, you'll make a very big mistake. Let me see those indices come to play. Let us see electoral reforms, how it's going to work. Because there are so many things that you must have to look at before you make a decision. We have made our mistakes earlier, thinking that we're going to have proper reforms. For example, when we are told that, listen, we are going to have free and fair elections, everybody came out. There was a massive crowd. But we never had it. So let us see what the electoral reforms are going to look like. Let us see what eventually the parties are going to metamorphose into. And then one will be able to make a decision. But however, it's important to know that I'm still very political.
Thank you so much, Chief.
Thank you.
It was nice having you.
My pleasure.